Hi everybody, backup for 365 is a hot topic at the moment as Microsoft have announced their own backup option as part of a 365 subscription. This is validation as to how important your data is and why it needs protecting. Many customers are not aware of the limitations and potential effects of Microsoft shared responsibilities for the cloud. Our Microsoft 365 solution is boxxe Backup as a Service. It's powered by Druva and fills the gaps that delivers data protection that meet the demands required by our customers. With me today, I've got Ian from Druva.
Hi, Malcolm.
Hi. He's here to help explain why partnering with us is a very, very viable option. So, customers are in the cloud already. Surely that's backed up already.
Well, yeah, so this is a real misconception out there in the market, is that the data, when it's in a cloud provider, especially in a SaaS provider, that it's protected as well from backup technology. It's actually not true. And in most cases, you have to check the service description to see if it is actually protected. And in Microsoft's case, you mentioned the shared responsibility model. They expect that you are the data owner and that you provide the identity services. So when it comes to recovery from loss of data, or you need to do just a recovery of an item, that you have your own backup provider. And actually in their service description, they mention around recovering from a cyber attack. And they say the first step is to go to your backup provider. So again, another version of validation from Microsoft that you need to be protecting this data yourself.
So we have got to protect it ourselves. So how do we go about doing that?
We do get asked this quite often, is kind of, well, where do we back the data up to? And with the Druva platform, we're able to send that data across site, because really you should be looking at a 3-2-1 backup strategy. So having 3 copies of that data stored in 2 different medias and one of them off-site. And in this case, it would be away from the Microsoft 365 platform and stored within the Druva cloud platform, powered by the boxxe service.
The Microsoft platform is SaaS-based. So what if I don't want to manage that myself?
We've moved that data up into a Microsoft 365 platform, and we're getting all of the operational benefits of SaaS. So if you're going to back that data up, do I now need to have that operational overhead for data protection? And the answer is no. Looking at boxxe as a service, for example, gives them a great way of offloading that operational cost to a service provider to provide kind of best in breed of monitoring and protection of that data. Because there's a skills gap between a service provider and what kind of end users can provide.
The monitoring capabilities of our platform far superior to a lot of competitors, I believe. You know, we've got access to lots of different dashboards, lots of different reports, even down to the point that the dashboards can sort of give us information on the current status of backups for each of the Microsoft services: Exchange, SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams.
So you get the comprehensive coverage of the Microsoft 365 platform.
100%. We can even provide end users access to the portal to do self-service restores. You know, what are the benefits of backing up with Druva? Yeah,
I mean, when we were having them initial conversations with boxxe, it was like, well, what do you want to provide value to your customers? And the same thing was coming up each time. You want to provide a really good service of value to the customer for their data protection, but you want a secure by design and a SaaS platform. And that's what Druva provide. We have the ability to do encryption and immutability of your backups stored in an air-gapped location that is actually all tied by design out of the box. So you don't even need to start switching on extra features to make that happen.
Excellent.
The Druva platform also has the ability to do cyber recovery. So, you know, it's another hot topic is ransomware at the moment. So how do you recover that data in a clean fashion, in an automated way? Looking at the Druva platform, you can do the cyber recovery options within our platform for curated recovery, the ability to go through a set of backups and find the right data, the clean data to recover within to the customer platform. And also looking at unusual data patterns. So for our SharePoint and OneDrive protection, we can do unusual data activity. So again, another key area in the market for attack vectors is SharePoint and OneDrive. So we really need to be focusing on that data. And we've got that within the Druva platform as part of the boxxe service.
So we talked about immutability. What does that actually mean for our customers?
So initially you have to start with, well, it's got to be physically air gapped. You've got to have that data that is away from the production source. So we achieve that by storing it within the Druva cloud platform powered by AWS. Once it's there, how do we then stop unauthorized access? So when you're able to protect that unauthorized access from execution of code, modification and deletion, then you start becoming an immutable backup. But we still have the option around, well, what about authorized access? If somebody has access to the data, can they delete the data? Now, by default, they can have the option to do so, but we can also enable data lock. And that gives us that next layer of immutability that removes the deletion from authorized users.
So we know what's available now. What about future? What's on the roadmap for future technology?
We've been working a lot with new workloads, Azure, Microsoft Azure, for example. And although that's not a new workload to many organizations, actually being able to protect it using cloud native is a real innovative way of protecting that source. So we've got our backup for Azure VM. So that's a new workload protection. But actually really more exciting is looking at AI advancements. Now, another really buzzword in the market is AI, but if you use it in the right way, you can certainly start delivering better value from a service provider's point of view and back into your customers. So we've got our AI co-pilot called Drew. We're excited to have launched that back in November 2023. And that gives us the ability to look at that data, look at the reporting, and kind of give it in a more friendly way, a more kind of useful way to the customers. And especially from a service provider point of view, you're able to produce better reporting. You're able to reduce your incident management time and really kind of drive that value back into the customer so they've always got that data protected. So should we dive in and have a look at the product?
Absolutely.
As you can see here, we've loaded up into the customer demo environment, and you can see from our dashboard, it's really intuitive. You can see what data has been backed up, and you can interact with it where any of these blue hyperlinks are. You can go in and start finding data. Okay,
so a customer's logged a ticket with us to restore a mail item from their mailbox. It's very quick and simple for us to do that. The customer logs a ticket, it goes to one of our qualified service desk engineers, and they then perform the action of restore through very, very few clicks within the environment. So it's not just user data that we can recover very quickly. We get customers that phone in and say that they've lost some data within SharePoint. So using boxxe Backup as a service, we can actually go in and do a very quick recovery of that data within any SharePoint site that's protected by the platform. So that's just a taste of what our boxxe Backup as a service is capable of. If you want to know any more information, please get in touch.